this is episode 2, session 2 of Symbaroum, the Copper Crown. When we last left the intrepid adventurers, they had crossed the great wastes of Albertor into the Titans. Having stopped for a rest, the discovery of the passes were going to be closed because of the snow meant that a large number of the caravans were unable to progress further. However, there was an intrepid, ballsy caravan owner who decided to take a small number of people ahead. Having managed to get your way onto the caravan, you headed north into the snowy wastes of the Titans. After a short journey, there was a theft of an item from one of the travellers. It was discovered that one of your travelling companions, or one of the staff of the caravan, had in fact stolen this sunstone and done a runner. You tracked him back to a ruined windmill keep-like affair in the wilderness, where you confronted him. You managed to get the sunstone back. One of you bonded with the sunstone. Upon returning to the caravan, you were able to persuade everyone not to kill him. However, whilst that was going on, there was an attack by an undead brigand and his compatriots. You successfully fought those off and moved forward through the Titans. After a while, a large wolf, and some jackars came out of the wilderness through some trees and made a beeline to two of the people in the caravan, two pathfinders. You found some. You heard noise. You came in the corner and you found the wolf and the jackars were attacking the two barbarians and a brother. Is the brother female? I think the brother's a woman. A black cloak. Can't remember her name. His name. And you fought Lestra, the black cloak, and she was there. You fought the wolf, managing to kill it. The jackars ran off. However, once you killed it, it transformed back to its original shape of a severely battered elf. And that's where we left it off. The wolf was dead, and she had transformed back into a elf. So she was some kind of shapeshifter, or what have you.
Okay, so do any of us know? Because obviously we're all, as players, we're all quite new to the lore of this world. But have any of the characters have any knowledge of what that would signify? So if it's a shapeshifter, does that mean anything to any of us? Have we got anyone who's? I guess it's Rohit's character who's the magic user, isn't it? So maybe he might.
There is the ability to shapeshift as a changelings. That's what they're called. So there is a class called changelings. So you do know these people that can change shape. So it's not unheard of. You haven't come across in your time running around of someone who can turn into a wolf. That seems quite big. But also, it's an elf. It's an elf that turns into a wolf. It's like the ultimate transformer. You can when
does this person need some medical attention?
She's dead.
Ah, Yes. Yeah. Seems there's nothing I can do here.
Okay, I'm going to search. So I'm going to search the body of the elf.
Okay. You find around her upper arm, her left arm, a very decorative bracelet. So does anyone have a lore master
Ability? That's an ability, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid mine are all fighty. Okay, so I'm
Unless
not going.
Rohit does.
I'm not going to take the bracelet because as a warrior, as a mercenary, but a soldier,
Yeah.
then I don't. It wouldn't be respectful to a fallen opponent to loot. So the only reason I was sort of searching to see, just because you know, I guess you would search them to see if there's anything useful. But in terms of that, although it looks decorative, I'm not intending to remove it because again, it doesn't mean anything to me because I'm a soldier. So if it's not steel and if it's not steel or it's not food, I'm not really interested. So obviously, if any of the others want to have a look, that's fine. But I'll just note it's there. But it doesn't mean anything to me, I'm assuming. So I'm just going to leave it on her.
So can everyone make a vigilance roll +3?
Okay.
So you have to roll under your vigilance. You add the +3 to the dice.
Right.
So if your vigilance is 15 and you roll a 15, you in fact rolled an 18 and you rolled over and therefore missed. Does that make sense?
Right. So I'm going to roll d20. So I rolled 13. So yeah. So I rolled over my vigilance because my vigilance is 11. So I rolled way over it.
You have to roll under.
Yep.
What? Go away. Now this is on a D20, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a D20.
No, I failed as well.
Yep.
As
Roger.
did I.
Yeah, Roger failed as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So none of us are particularly vigilant.
No. So you kind of all stealth fight. How many? There's 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of you standing around this dead elf. And Lestra, the black cloak, in a moment of silence, you can hear her sucking her top lip and kind of biting it. And she says, "That's not good. We need to get rid of the body because that's not good." And then she says, "So, who or what was the hunger wolf out to get?" So make a.
We do not know. We were simply retrieving the stolen item.
So everyone make a vigilance roll.
Yeah.
Again. Oh, heck, right.
Okay. Still failed it.
So there's no +3 to this. It's just a.
Yeah, I still failed it. My vigilance 11.
Oh, you must mean that.
Okay, so as she's talking, as she says, who or what was the hunger wolf out to get? She does a side glance at the Barbarian Brothers. That's a classic film. I mean, it's shit, but it's a classic film.
Okay.
And she says, yeah, might be worth burying this and hiding it. And then turns
very well,
away.
mistress. Very well, mistress, but we must be quick. It's probably best not to tarry out here in the open. So,
and she's, "Oh, what's that on her arm?"
It seems to be a decorative bangle of some sort.
Yep.
She looks at you with a. So everyone can make. If anyone else has got a lore master, you can make a successful roll against cunning.
Nope.
What is it made of?
Iron.
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 I'll
Okay.
I'll look at her again, and I'll say, is it a weapon of some sort?
It's the symbol of the Iron Pact.
I ask again. Is it a weapon?
No, it's an ancient elven oath ring, symbol of the Iron Pact. It's supposedly an age-old alliance or agreement between humans and elves. Do you not know your history, boy?
My history is mostly tied up with killing, mistress. So no.
Mm.
And I'll start. I'll look for something I can use to see if we can dig a grave for her somewhere.
Yeah, I
Does
haven't.
anyone have a spade? Well, exactly how are you going to dig this ground, this frozen ground?
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
probably not going to. So I've looked around. I can't find anything.
Yeah.
So I guess we could. I mean, the only other option is really to burn the body, I suppose.
So that will then burning. You would
Send
then
a big
take it
smoke
forward.
signal, which is probably not a
Yeah.
good thing.
Does
So
everyone
in
make
that case, I'll look around to see if there's anywhere we can at least hide the body out of sight. So is there
a vigilance check at +2?
Okay.
We'll see if you can find a naturally
Still
occurring.
Still failed.
Rocks, a cairn of some sort.
Yeah.
Somebody else will have to roll because I failed that again.
Oh, right, sorry.
So you essentially,
Oh, that's not bad.
There you go.
not bad. So yes, as you're wandering around, you notice there is a pile of rocks that are naturally occurring. That you think if you move them, you could create a cairn and hide the body under that.
Okay.
I'll set to it then.
So Severin, not Severin. What's Roger's Ox?
Kellon. Is it Kellon?
Oh,
Kellon,
the
yeah.
ogre ox, yeah.
Kenny. You no time at all it takes you to move the rocks and bury the body. So the other two that were with you, the barbarian brothers, Bellum and Ludo, they just wander off along with after Lustra, and just leaving you to dig this hole and bury the body of the elf. After half an hour, you make your way back to the caravan as everyone else is setting up, getting ready to move on. And whilst you're doing that, Bartolom comes over to you and says in a quiet whisper, says, Lestra just told me what happened in the mountains. She says, seems to be some kind of elven witchcraft.
I know nothing. I know nothing of such things.
He says, have I told you about my own tradition, the Order of Wizardry, which is a refined version of the primitive practices of witches? At which point you kind of like, after he goes, oh, the R118 signal box is my favourite of the Hornby train set. He gets into a really boring diatribe of how magic works and how his great uncle was.
I'm looking for a drink and some food at this point.
Yeah, you kind of switch off. You heard elves, magic, and witchcraft, and then he went on to he's describing the elements that make up witchcraft. And he's doing this. You get a sense that he's doing this in addition to he's bored and he's telling you and something interesting happened, but also you've nicked his sunstone. So he's kind of you get the sense he's trying to almost get in with you as a group to see if you can get his sunstone back. So after about 5-10 minutes of it, you kind of wandered off, and you could hear the elf who was called Thorn say quite loudly, "That's all well and good, but just fuck off. You're not having the stone back," in Elven. And he kind of wanders off in a huff. So the caravan moves on, and it starts to struggle as the roads get steeper and steeper. You're beginning to see less of the birds that you were seeing further down the valley in the trees, but more carrion, larger vulture-like birds. Not huge, but large vulture-like birds. And the snow starts, blowing around. You start to get to a plateau. It appears the path comes up, peaks, and then flattens to a plateau before moving on. It's at the plateau the weather changes.
Right.
The wind picks up, skies grow dark, and the snow start to fall quite heavily. Argasto, so you see him waving his hand around, and he orders the wagons to form a corral for the protection against the elements.
Okay, so we'll.
You can hear. It's also once it's corralled and everyone starts settling down, you can hear a wraithful voice singing in the winds.
Okay, what is the voice? Can we tell where the voice is coming from?
No, it's just it's just kind of whether it's an echo of the mountains, or whether it's just the nature of the plateau, or there is somebody out there, but you can hear what sounds like a voice.
Yes, that's slightly disturbing.
So initially, I'll pull my cloak around me and try and ignore it. I'll just kind of huddle down, under my cloak, and try to pay no attention for now.
So everyone, feels the cold. It's quite bitter, biting cold. You've got your blankets, but they work up to a point, but beyond beyond the fact that it is bitterly cold. If you can stay out of the wind, that's better. But just the fact that you've got this wind blowing is making life quite unbearable at the moment. I mean, you've gone through worse winters, but it's just like really snowing now. You're almost expecting to pour with rain any second. It's that kind of really grubby night. Now, as the wagons are full, you haven't got a place to sleep on the wagons. You have to sleep under the wagon. Because there's no, and just hope for the best. You find yourself sleeping in a kind of a huddle. You can still hear the sounds of the jakar, kind of like a jackal-like creatures that were hanging around with the wolf. But they seem to be a little bit further away, and you can't tell whether they're getting closer or not because of the wind, because of the snow. But as the morning comes, the storm subsides. But the situation is beginning to get a bit less ideal. A number of people start complaining, and discussions are up between those who want to push forward and those who rather not risk and don't want to go back. You start to get a sense that the caravan is almost not split; it's splitting in two. There is a bunch of people that just go, "We should go back," and a bunch of people that say, "No, we should move on. We're almost there. We should move on." And you've got to kind of decide for yourselves which side you want to sit on. You've got enough food. Wood's not. You still need to get more wood for fire, but what you want to do. Certainly, the two barbarian brothers are suggesting they should go back. We've come too far. Snow's going to kill us. We should go back. Lustra, she's going, no, we should go on. We should definitely go on. And Bartolom says, I'm going to follow you guys. You know, what do you want to do? Which way do you want to go?
Well, this weather seems to
I'm all for
be.
going on.
Yes, the weather's improving. It seems so.
Yeah. Why would we? Yeah. Going back is no option. We need to push forward.
And this continues, and there doesn't seem to be one side or the other who's making headway. Argasto is seems to be feeling out the opinion of everyone, and then you hear a cry from across the other side of the wagons, and somebody shouts, "It looks like Telek." The lookout says, "Elves! I think it's elves."
Elves, did he say?
Elves.
Yeah. Elves, and two shapes emerge out of the light snowfall.
This we must go to see.
Indeed.
So you make your way to the edge of the corral, and Telek's there, and he's pointing. These two figures come close. They don't get all the way up to the wagons, but they're close enough for shouting distance, or to be able to speak loud and for you to hear. And the one says, "My name's Godry. We want the ones called Bellum and Ludo."
What be your business with them?
They have violated the treaties. They have tunneled too deep into the soils of old Davokar. They are blight-stricken and must be purged.
I'll give the two barbarian brothers a hard stare.
Agasto says nothing. He just stares, and you see him. He's looking around the caravan for, again, getting a feel for people's opinions. Hand them over.
Well, you two, how answer you to this accusation?
I will have those two. Blood will flow if you refuse. We will return at sundown. And the elves leave.
Do we want to be getting into a fight with elves? I don't know. I guess we'll speak to the other two then and say, you know, what is it? What do they mean when they say you have broken the treaty?
Spit it out.
Do you know?
Hello?
Don't know what they're talking about. So if you make you just kind of question him initially. So it's a successful persuasion roll.
I can't persuade anything.
Let me have a look. I've got 9, so I'll have a go. I mean, that's not very good, but I'll have a go.
It's better than mine.
Oh, no. I'm singularly unpersuasive.
So the gentle conversation about asking them, they're like, "I don't know what we're talking about. They must be confused. Must have got the wrong person." You can.
Well, they seemed fairly certain to me. It sounds as if they will return to settle the matter come sunset. So perhaps you may wish to think more carefully about what you may have done to offend them.
No, I heard them say Belloc and Lugo, so I don't think they're us. I think it's not us. Not like it. There's nothing I can remember about. You can try to persuade them more physically, more aggressively.
I don't know if I want to do that at the moment, though, because obviously at the moment we're travelling with them, so
Yeah.
I don't particularly want to don't particularly want to kick off because again, at this moment, we don't know the truth of it. So,
No, you could be a little bit more aggressive.
can I make a? Can I try vigilant again just to see if I get a read off them? So obviously they're trying to convince us that they've So in other words, I'm just going to see whether I feel as if they're telling me the truth or not. And again, I'm not very perceptive, but let's see if luck will hold. Oh, okay. So I made it. So I rolled. My vigilant is 11. So
yeah, lying for his teeth.
okay. I'll mention this to the other two. Just I'll they've denied it. So we'll carry on with our business, But I'll speak to the other two and say I'm sure they're lying to us. I'm not sure whether we should. I'm not sure yet whether we should be siding with them against the elves when they return, or whether it is more important to keep the integrity of the caravan. But I suggest we watch them carefully.
I don't intend to stand.
That may go some way to explaining the incident in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't feel inclined to stand between the elves and them.
You speak sense.
You could try and somebody else could try and persuade them. Because only Severin had a go at persuading them. Obviously, a giant ogre might have a better luck.
Not with a persuasive stat of 5.
I'll give you +3 if you get a bit oomphy. Oomphy? Not aggressive. A bit...
No, nothing like.
No.
If I get physical, it's just me getting physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have
you puff up and you go, what day is it? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem slapping them around a bit, but again, like I say, the thing is, because we're on this caravan with them and we're relying on each other for mutual protection, I don't know whether it's, more advantageous to us to.
So what I'll do is I'll let you have another go at persuading them, and you can gently say, "Look, we just saved your lives in the woods with the elf kind of thing," and I'll give you a +2. Oh, obviously, if Roger wants to have a go.
Yeah, Roger, what do you go?
What I wanted to say was, I would probably say, go over to them and say, "Well, look, I was standing closer to them than you, and I clearly heard them say your names. You need to tell us something, or else we'll be inclined to hand you over." Is that a fair persuasive attempt?
Yep.
Persuasion. So, although I'm not very good at it.
Well, that looks good.
That looks good.
That's below my persuasion of 7.
So they look a bit sheepish, but Ludo, he says, me and Bellum were hired as pathfinders for a group of treasure hunters, headed by an unpleasant individual named Gorak, and his second, the changeling Alahara. We travelled deep into Davakar, but we'd not reached the planned target, the darker parts of the forest and its well-preserved ruins from the days of Symbaroum. Instead, we came across a smaller tomb, final resting place for a long-dead barbarian lord. The others in the team got away with gold, jewelry, and mystical objects. All that Gorak wanted for himself was the verdigris-covered copper crown worn by the dead lord. The copper crown had merged with the cranium. Once we returned to Thistlehold, the expedition members lived like kings for a while. Then they started to die. Or change. Gorak and Alahara disappeared after having talked to Lassifor Nightpitch, the mayor of the Hold, And then Bellum started to feel as if someone was watching him, and we fled south. Yes, actually, there was something else. One evening, by the fire, everyone in the expedition got to hold the cranium with the crown. He recalls that the skull, despite being dead, was warm to the touch, and that he, for a moment, felt as if its dead eyes looked back at him in the glow from the campfire.
Wow.
Off the top of my head, he said.
So, is it possible to have that text?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I'll give the text afterwards.
Okay.
Because the
so-
two bits haven't been.
So does it seem to me that they were in the wrong in some way, or is it just unfortunate that they've done something that's
It kind of thinks
angered
it's linked to this particular event because one of the half of the team were dying or changing, and obviously Gorak and Alahara disappeared, so there was something odd going on. But we just left, and we're fine.
I don't believe that fine is an expression that suits you two very well at the moment.
Well,
We're not.
It seems obvious that you have broken some ancient laws and that the elves are now seeking their revenge against the both of you.
He says, Ludo.
That leaves us in a very sticky situation.
I don't talk about, mate. I don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. Nothing we done, and that's when you can hear Lestra start making. You could hear initially that Lestra's talking behind you, making some noises, and he turned round and she's standing there with two shackles and says, "We should put the brothers in shackles and take them to the monastery of the Twilight Friars on the northern slopes of the Titans, where members of my order can care for them if they are sick."
I look at the others sort of.
And
Yeah.
this helps
rattling
us
the
with the
chain.
immediate situation. How exactly?
The Black Cloaks are very interested in anything related to the blights and corruption of Davakar. If these two are corrupted, or blight-born, not blight-stricken, we should study them. Did you not hear what the elves whispered to each other?
No, actually.
No.
Do you not speak Elvish?
I mean, not recently.
Not really.
So,
no. Do I?
Obviously, Thorn is pretending to be a changeling whilst being an elf.
Yeah.
However, because he's not here, he didn't hear.
Yeah. Yeah, he picked the wrong week to have a holiday, didn't he?
Yeah. Lestra says, the elf, Godra, and its friend, Sarah-Ree. Why can they pick names like things? They whispered to each other. So they said they were going to kill everyone, extradition or not.
Oh, well.
They prefer to have these two hand over first, and all the others would die for safety's sake, they said. And Ludo goes, I don't want to be expert, what is it? Expert thing, where'd you get it? Chuck says that the brother should surrender. We should surrender them. Better them than me.
Well, didn't you just say they were going to kill us anyway, or try to.
Never trust an elf. We should just send them over. No, put them in chains. Send them over.
Yes. Well, I mean, we don't have the authority here in this
It's
caravan.
beginning to look
do we?
as though we need to take a vote.
We should take a
That's-
vote. And Lestra says, "You are seriously mistaken if you believe this strengthens our position. Prios, the one and giver of laws, wants the corrupted brought to Ambria, where my brothers and sisters will care for them. We can't just hand them over. They must be studied. The horrors of Davakar must be understood if we are to fight them."
As denizens of this world, do we have any idea what she's talking about?
Yeah, so Prius is the one and like giver of Ambria, and corruption. You've essentially fled Ambria because of the Dark Lords and the undead and the corruption that was brought about the last war.
Yeah.
So that it is a thing. You heard rumours that in the horrors of the forest of Davakar, there are things that can corrupt you. So yes, corruption's a thing. You've heard of Ambria. Prios is the main god. The Black Cloaks are kind of a Templar. No, the Black Cloaks work with the Templars. They are a religious order. The Templars are as the name implies, religious nutters.
But do we know if they will be cared for in the truest sense of the word, or will they be taken care of?
Yeah, that's an important distinction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a distinction we probably need to make. I think we're a bit stuck between a rock and a hard place here, aren't we? Because, like I say, part of me as a human centric, soldier, it kind of goes against the grain to be giving up human selves, especially when we don't really understand what they've done. But
Yep.
I also worry if as we've all agreed that these two are snidey bastards.
Mhm.
So I kind of wonder whether it's worth us, risking our lives for their benefit, because ultimately our aim is to get to our destination. Right, we're on this caravan to get somewhere, but so I don't know. Tricky one.
Well, the way I see it, they're going to turn up here and try and take them. It's not necessarily for us to stop them.
Yep.
However, if in doing that they, attempt to harm anyone else or
I don't
us,
suppose
then
Thorn can
obviously
offer
we'll-
any opinion on this, can he?
Yeah, what does the boss man have to say? Because obviously it's his caravan, so
Well,
also
that's that-
No, I mean,
He seems to be
our friend
gauging
Thorn.
the opinion of everyone.
right.
You
Because
see him.
technically
he's
we're
listening
working
to
for him, aren't we?
Yes,
Mm.
he's listening to everyone and nodding.
it's morning.
But not making an absolute opinion.
Okay.
But at the moment,
Well, I think my opinion is we should prepare for a fight.
mhm.
But I don't particularly feel we have
Obviously,
to.
I cannot support the idea of their actions in the past. I also do not know whether I can simply hand them over to whatever fate the elves
Yes.
may have planned in store for them.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's a tricky one. I don't think we have the authority as such to hand them over as such.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what we have to do is I think we have to go along we have to wait and see how the situation plays out because, as you say, you're right. Roger's right. It's not really for us to make the decision. But obviously, if the elves decide they're going to try and wipe out the whole lot of us, then obviously we're going to fight. But
Yeah.
I'm not particularly sure if I want to fight for these two just on their say-so, especially when we all think that they're lying through their teeth. So
Yeah.
but I guess
if the whole caravan's under attack.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
We have to stand with the caravan basically. So I guess we hold our opinion until he makes a decision as to how he wants to play the situation.
But also we've got this
Agreed.
since people can't agree whether to move on or head back. So that's also got to be decided. I'm for moving on, and I think we shouldn't waste any more time and start moving on in a defensive posture.
Does our particular elf have any insight, Ref?
Well, obviously he is not here, but he will fall into the same. So the only thing he will actually tell you, other than falling into the same idea or the same view of the rest of you, is about the Iron Pact. And the Iron Pact, it is, as described, an ancient pact between man and the elves about the safety of Davokar, given its corruption. That's kind of.
This place is somewhere that no one is supposed to go. Is that what you're saying?
It says no. People go in there. You just have to be careful. There are some places that would be wise not to fully go into, but if you don't spend or linger too long into the dark, the deep and dark of the wood, you're okay. It says the elves speak of the Iron Pact, but exactly what it is and what it functions as an alliance would serve to be highly debatable. According to legends told in the taverns of Yndalos, the elf wardens of Davokar claim that the human race has committed to leave the forest in the care of them, and sworn never to set foot in the deep of Davokar. This promise is supposed to have been endorsed by a long list of human rulers, including Corinthia's forefather, Agrola. Corinthia is your queen, and the ancestors of the current clan chiefs, Rybianan and Razmiman. It is also said that the human rulers gave the elf lord Earnor a gift to seal the treaty, 6,000 rings of iron. Among the barbarians, there are some legends which could be interpreted as proof of the existence and legitimacy of the Iron Pact. On the other hand, they could well be based on lies told by the barbarians by devious pointed ears. Evidently, the Ambrian nobility have opted to put their faith in the latter interpretation, even though the elves every day make good on the threat to seek vengeance on the humans who violate the treaties. Off the top of my head, he says.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't think that really changes anything for us, though, does it?
Not at this moment. That's a kind of a pie in the sky, airy
Yeah.
fairy, woo stuff. That is. That might come back to bite you in the future, but not at the moment.
well, I think we should move on and not go back.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
start
I think we
moving.
all agree on that, don't we?
Yeah.
And as you're debating that and going, that's where we should settle on. Ludo says, that's good, but are you going to back us against that mad black cloak? I don't want to be put in shackles. I don't want to die with the elves, but I don't want to be put in shackles. You know, we're friends. You know, we've travelled through the mountains together. You're on our side, surely. You're going to back us against the elves. We fought side by side against the crazy elf wolf thing.
That we did.
Although, to be
That
fair,
we
they
did.
didn't raise their weapons once you turned out to attack them.
No. Just say that we did. And we'll just leave
Mother's
it at that.
Pride. That's the name of the film. that's randomly come to my head.
Mother's
That
Pride,
film
yeah,
would.
you're right.
Yeah,
That's it.
sorry.
Yeah, that's
I don't know where
the
that
Morris answer one, yeah.
So yeah, you're backers, weren't you? You know that crazy religious black cloak thing. You know, we done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. No idea where they got names from. Just made up. If fake news existed, it'd be fake news.
Sorry, the Black Cloak was the.
Lestra, the woman that was with the two barbarians when they were attacked by that you saved from the Hunger Wolf, or the
Right.
creature she referred to as a Hunger Wolf.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm not taking instructions from her.
Well said. Well said.
I don't know how the others feel, but I'm not putting you in chains. If she wants to, she can do so.
Ludo
I'll
turns
not
to his brother and goes, I like this one. You said he was a good sort. I believe you now.
Yeah, I think we'll see. Yeah, I just regard the two of them and I'll just sort of I'm not getting drawn into this.
I will add though that we're employed to defend the caravan.
Yeah, and that's true. That's exactly the point. Yeah, exactly the point.
Well,
So,
what was the
Augusto's.
guy's
You can see
head of the caravan's name again? Sorry.
Augusto.
Augusto.
He's wandering around and he seems to be talking to groups of people, and he comes over to you guys and he says, what do you think we should do? He looks at the two guys. He goes, no, not you two. What do you guys think we should do? I'm taking soundings.
Okay, you pay our wages. We are with you to protect this caravan, and we will protect this caravan. But ultimately, we report. We answer to you whilst we are in your employ. So rest assured, we will do what is necessary to protect this caravan.
Indeed.
So
my opinion is we should move on.
Yeah,
without further delay.
Agreed. I agree that
Okay.
we should move on. Why make it easy for them to find us?
Yep.
Excellent. So we're agreed. There's only two elves. We'll fight them.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I mean, I only saw two elves. I'm not sure if you lot saw any more of them. Two elves.
I did not, but we don't know for certain that there aren't more.
I would say, in my experience with elves, if they do not wish us to see them, then we will not see them. So the fact that we saw two only does not mean there are only two.
You're not going to mention the elf you killed earlier.
I think it might be wise not to.
Okay.
I don't see any benefit in mentioning that
No.
at this point.
So it gets closer to sundown, and everyone's feeling a bit. I guess as essentially told the group, we will fight for our compatriots. And he says Beldo and Lulam. He kind of mispronounces their names a little bit, implying that he's not really sure who they are. But he says, we shall fight them. Ready your weapons. When the two elves come and make their demands, we will tell them to piss off. And there's like a kind of a really piss poor rousing speech, but It's enough for you to go, yeah, we'll have them. Only elves, only 2 elves. How hard can it be? So, sun starts to dip into the mountains, and as it dips, there's that small slither of red above the mountains. You see the sun dip in. It dips, and the light from the moon illuminates 2 figures walking along the snow path towards you.
Oh, well, we seem to be not getting very far.
Yeah,
Bang on
that didn't work well, did it? Yeah.
You hear over the wind and the sound of the impending storm that appears to be coming from beyond the 2 elves. The ones say, "So, what say you? Hand over the Blightborn or die? You need not hand over. You need not worry about anything other than handing over these 2. Once we have dealt with them, you can go about your way. You have my word as an elf."
Well, we look to our caravan master, because again, without wishing to pass the buck on this one, it's really up to him.
It does a kind of, oh, fuck's sake, shake and says, "If you want them, come and get them."
Oh dear. Okay.
So,
I'm going to
initiative.
get my bow ready.
The elf. So let me rephrase it. What came through the mists was one elf riding an elk. Because I missed the elk.
An elk. Okay.
I thought it should occur to me.
Not
He's
one
not
elf
riding
riding
another
another
elf.
elf. Yeah, and that would be weird.
Yes, he's riding a huge elk. So the Godria, the one that came first.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I've just got to go and get a power supply. So just bear with me.
So he came through first.
Yeah.
And let me find the right thing in that one. Not that one. And then he told you, hand over and whatever. Once you have told him that you are not going to hand over the 2, behind the elk riding elf is a large beast. Annoyingly, there's no. They talk about what the beast is, but they don't give it a description as such.
Oh, right.
It's a Beemon. Let me see if I can find a better. Yeah, I've got. It doesn't say what it looks like. There's no image of the Beemon.
Oh, okay.
We just double, which is annoying. Reptiles, predators, the boar. There's no description of what it looks like.
How are you spelling it?
Beamon. Beam. Like it sounds like it could be something like a beast, demon thing.
Beemon.
The Beemon, yeah.
Oh, so it's like the old English daemon, just with a B.
Yeah. Abominations. Blackpool human.
Yeah, Google doesn't give anything for it.
Dead. How do I? Let me just check the monster game master. Monster code. Ow! Monster code. Literally just smashed my face with a monster codex because that's how I roll. A B 140. Here we go. Under something excited. The black furry bear creature, known by the Barbarians as the Beamon, is a solitary soul that takes it. So it's a huge bear-like creature.
I shall visualize it like the demon bear from the New Mutants comics then.
Yep.
Wow. Any indication of
Doesn't
how...
sound encouraging either way, does it?
Any idea how big it is?
Huge.
Just huge, right.
Strong. 15. Got a strength of 15. Tough, yeah. The annoying thing about some of these descriptions is they don't give a size comparison with other creatures. So I've got its accuracy, its cunning, its discreet, persuasive, quick, resolution, strong. The best I can come up with a 15. So compare that with what you've got. Oh, that's annoying. Compare with that, what the size you've got is the size.
Hmm. I believe we have our work cut out for us, my friends.
Yep. I forgot to bring my elk repellent bat spray, so
So the other thing it occurs to you, just as an aside, as he's speaking, you realise that it's actually the voice you heard on the storm was Godfrey's.
Oh, right.
So you kind of think maybe he was conjuring the storm, maybe?
It's something we could believe, yes. I take it we do appreciate elves and magical creatures in some regards, do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not quite few and far between further south where you come from, but you do hear, you do know what they are. You haven't quite got to the stage of understanding that Thorn is an elf, but
yeah.
Godfrey pulls his bow and says, "Tonight we draw swords," and fires his bow.
what are these two? What are these two other jerk-offs doing? The ones that we're supposed to be protecting?
Standing behind, they're standing in your proximity.
Okay, have
As
they
you
drawn
did,
weapons yet?
no.
Okay, I'll look to them and I'll say, if you do not draw your weapon and fight alongside us, then I will make sure that you are handed over to the elves myself.
If I don't shoot you myself.
Yeah. Okay. As you are saying that, the arrow hits Bellum in the face.
Okay. That made that easy.
He falls down. You're like, oh, okay. As he's on the floor, his body begins to shake. And you can hear a scratching, a rendering as his rib cage starts to crack, and from his body, the bloody death, something terrible literally claws its way out of his skin. A towering creature with bare muscles and fingers transformed into knives of bone, and with outgrowth of the cranium, it has worn a pointy bone crown, and it just says "Rah!" and it's going to attack the first person that's
okay, you can have him.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. You elves are here.
Ludo goes, I'm not. He says, I feel fine. No. And Ludo's saying, I'm not sick. I barely touched the skull. I promise. And he's stepping back. So, what are you going to do? I don't know whether we need to change the map. Where's the caravan?
I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I think I'll be. I'd be stepping to.
Although we've got the map there, it's a bit more abstract. So, essentially, you're to the right of the wagons. In front of you is a large elf, an elf and a large elk, and a bear-like creature. The elf has a bow, and as you turn around, Bellum's on the floor, and something has crept up, kind of burst from his body. Ludo is taking a step back. You can't see. The other ones that come to mind are the what's his name? Bartolom, Telek, and Lestra are not anywhere to be seen at the moment. You are kind of essentially alone with this thing and Ludo.
Right.
I think
Right.
now's the time to run away, isn't it?
I think I'm going to step to the side so I could shoot either this.
Ox will do no running away whilst he holds the almsgiver.
I'd like to be in a position where I
shall
can
heft
shoot
my
at the
war
elves
mallet
or at the
and prepare to crack open the skull of the demonic creature that is.
Yeah, tell me more about the demonic creature. I think he's number one target.
Have I got this right then? This thing is what used to be one of those barbarians.
Yep. So Bellum,
Yeah.
when he died with the arrow in his face, he turned into a blight-born creature. So he was corrupt. So obviously, touching this copper crown or whatever it was stuck on the cranium corrupted him. As Ludo alluded to, other people were dying, and I think he used the phrase "changing." They started to die or change. It was just Gorak and Alahara that vanished.
Right.
So yeah, that all kind of plays into just as a blight beast.
Okie dokie. Well.
So.
Oh what?
What you are, because it's changing and changing. It is what's the word I'm looking for? It's taking a little bit of time to get out of the body. You get to go first. Your initiative is.
I've just posted a picture of an elf riding a giant elk into battle, so that'll be the episode title picture, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a really nice image.
Where's that then? I'm in a different
just
view.
in the Discord chat.
Oh yeah,
that's really, really nice.
Well done, ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT gets Symbaroum, doesn't it?
It's all in the prompt. It's all in the prompt.
Well, if you ask, it knows the rules as well. If you ask it the rules, it will literally.
I just said to it to use. I said to it, what did I say? Draw it in the style of a dark fantasy world, and just like an elf riding an elk into battle, crashing out of some woods. So
it's like I got that.
Yeah, it says I'm all over it.
Hold my binary. I got that.
Yeah, hold my binary. I've got it covered. Yeah, can you draw me an action-packed image of an elf from a gritty fantasy world riding a large elk into battle, crashing out of dense woods? That was the prompt.
Nice.
Cool. Anyway, this guy then, I think if we can take him down, this blighted creature, then that probably won't do us any harm in the eyes of the elves, right? Because this is obviously they obviously knew this. I'm assuming they obviously had some inkling of this. So I think he's our number one threat.
That works for me, brother.
So I'm just. So how do we? How does? Let me. I can't remember. I've got my weapons. I've got my thingy here. So initiative. So it says the initiative. So basically, those with long weapons get to go first, and then the combatants with the highest quickness. So I've got a quickness of 10. Anybody who's going to have a go at this guy got a higher quickness?
It's bows now. It will be bows and arrows first.
Bows and arrows. So that's right. So Roger will go first. Yeah, you're right. Roger will go first.
Because it ranged.
Correct. And then it goes that. Yeah, you're right. So it's bows first, and then it's
So the
sword, and then
the highest vigilance goes first. No,
Yeah.
sorry, highest quick goes first.
quickness. Yeah, but only if
Obviously,
there's more than one of you with the same weapon. But obviously, I've
Yeah.
only got a sword. I don't have a bow. So Roger will go first.
You get 2 actions a turn, either a move or a combat. You get a move and a combat action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
to attack,
So-
you roll 1d20 against your accuracy.
Yeah.
Modified by the enemy's quick. When you are attacked, it's the other way around. So this creature's quick is 10, so it's 0. So it's just a straight accuracy against it.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well, I'll let Roger go first then, as he's got the bow.
Yep.
So, I rolled a 20. That's not good, is it?
No, you miss.
All right. So okay. What's your quickness then, Ant?
13.
So you get to go first then. You beat me because my quickness is 10.
So its quick is 10, therefore it's a 0 to your attack. So you simply your accuracy
Just a straight roll. Yeah.
equal or under your
Yeah.
target number.
That is a hit because I use my strong. Because I've got whatever that skill is, Iron Fist. So I use strong. Now then, so I've got my War Mallet.
Just shouting, stop! Hammer time!
My damage, apparently, according to Gemini, is 1d10 plus 2d4 plus 1.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I've got a crowned mallet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, how on earth do I do this in one roll? Probably don't. Right. There's me d10. Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's good. One. Oh, sorry. No, that's
No,
bad.
not for damage, it isn't.
No. Oh, so no. So where are we at? So you hit.
Yeah. So then he's rolling damage.
12.
So that's a
So
2d4. That's
So
a 6.
I've actually done 7 points. Because I've got
7
plus 1.
points. So 7 points against his armor. His armor is what's his armor? Plus 5. So
So that's 2 points left, right?
Yeah. So 5. He gets natural armor. So you hit for. I can't be right. Oh, it's toughness. 65 off. And then so you got. It was how many over?
If his armor was 5, then I've done 2 points.
Right. So cool. He's on that.
Okay, so I'll have a go next then. So I'm just going to attack him with my sword. So I've got accurate of 15.
Yep. So anything under 15, you hit.
So that's a hit. And then I have the bastard sword does 1d10 damage, which I think I've already incorporated that because it says novice. It says two-handed force is an ability, but I think that means it just moves the damage of the bastard sword up to 1d10 rather than 1d8. I seem to remember.
Cool.
So, okay, 10. Oh, look at that, lovely. 10 points of damage.
5. So he takes 5 points of damage because you take. So that's good. That 8. Right. So yeah, he staggers back a tiny bit, screams, and that's all of you. That's all of you. So he's already attacked. He's got no farther to go. I think Bellum is going to attack the biggest of you. So Anthony, what is your quick?
Quick is
12, wasn't it?
it's 13.
13.
13. So that is -3.
Yep.
So just hang off on rolling the die. And I'd give it 2. So he hits you. He's simply going to he's going to hit you twice. 15. Misses the second time. Hits you the first time. And he does his damage. Claws. 12 and 10. Sure. He does 12 points of damage.
What
Now
armor have you got?
Yeah, my protection is saying 1d6 and 1d4.
Yep.
I've
So
got,
roll those
so
and
it's
deduct that
just
from the 12.
rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is me natural, and that's me armor. I've taken 4 points then.
4 points damage. Take that off your toughness.
Yep. Which I've got here as 15. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So it's going to be one more round before. So the Godfrey's going to fire one more arrow at him. So he hits. He does. 5 points of damage. So this time he does no damage. Yeah, so he does no damage. So it's not until the next turn that the monster bear thing is going to be upon you. So we go around again. Who went first last time? So is it Roger?
Yeah.
That's right, with his bow and arrow, yeah.
Oh, that's better attack roll.
Yep.
Just and for 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay, it hits. He's got armor of 5, so does no damage.
Ah.
God damn it.
Bounces off the surface.
It just impacts on the
It
surface.
impacts. That's the word I'm looking for. Impacts on the surface. So, Severin.
Okay. So again, I swing in again with my sword because that's what I have to work with. So again, accuracy is 15. So roll that first. So that's a hit. D10 for damage. That's an 8. So that's what, 3 points of damage.
3 points. Yep. Cool.
I'm just looking up while you're talking. I'm just looking up my. I'm going to just make a note of these abilities just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I've included everything, but I'm just going to double check. But
so, Anthony.
My attack is a 5.
Yep, you hit.
Awesome. Right then. So my damage is. God, blimey, I'm not doing very well on this. So that's 9. So 10 in total.
Okay. So you cleave its head in two, crushing it with your hammer, and the whole thing just kind of shakes a little bit and just hits the floor and dies.
nice.
Oh, well
Accept
done.
as you
my
turn-
final gift.
As you turn around, Beamon, the Beamon, sorry, has it is in the mid-air leaping on Ludo. It is going to go with 13 versus is 3. So mid-air is 11. Plus, so it misses. It jumps too short, but it is now standing in front of Ludo, who's shaking a little bit. The elf is gone. So it's so the thing's dead. It's Roger's go again if he's got his bow. So what are you firing at? The elf or Ludo?
Yeah.
Is it worth holding your attack for now? Because we're still not convinced about Ludo, are we? But I mean, he's saying he's not affected the same way. But I find it hard to believe. But
I'm going to say Ludo.
You are going to hit Ludo.
Go for it.
Yep.
2, 4. Okay.
I think he's
So he
like the other guy.
So he's not aware that it's you that's hit him because he's staring at this monster that's just jumped in front of him. You've hit him essentially for 4 points of damage. I think that's right. 11. Yes, 4 points damage. No. So that is 7. So the arrow comes in at the side. He kind of takes it, but he raises his sword to attack the Beamon. But Severin goes next.
Okay. So I'll follow the lead of my esteemed colleague, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go for him as well.
So you reduce the ground between the two of you and then hit him.
Yeah. So I use my move action to move into sword range, and I'll attack him. So my accurate is. No, I've just learned a couple of excellent things here, by the way. So just bear with me.
Yeah.
So so my accurate first of all is 15. So let's do that first. So that's a hit. Now I have so my bastard.
So his quick is 13. So it's -3 to a dice roll or +3, whatever you want.
Oh, okay. So that's actually a miss. Oh no. So yeah. So hang on a minute. So minus. Is it minus? No, it's +3, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that means I got. Okay. So I miss him then. Just so you know, just because this is what I've just read up on. So obviously I was just looking at my abilities. So again, I don't know if any of the rest of you have these, but so I've got I've got man at arms, which simply increases my armor effectiveness, which I've already included in my stats. I've got the shield fighter ability. So what that means is if I make a successful attack, then I can follow it up with another attack with my shield, which does a 1d4 damage in addition to the sword damage. So effectively, he does like a combo attack with his sword and his shield.
Nice.
And also, the bastard sword damage is increased to 1d12 because I've got the two-handed force ability. So next time I roll for damage, it'll be a 1d12 because, like I say, it's because he's got that ability. It increases the damage rating of the sword up by 1, so it's up to 1d12. Anyway, that was it. Carry on.
Oh.
I missed him anyway after all that.
So Ox.
Ox smash. Bear.
Of course he does.
So who are you
Yes.
fighting? The
The
bear or the bear?
The Bayman, yeah. Oh,
16. So it's got a quick of 1, -1 to your dice roll.
As in, it's got a quick bonus. You mean, not a penalty?
Yeah, yeah. So a weird way of it doing it, but yeah. So whatever you roll.
I've missed. Then that takes me to 17. So I've missed.
Okay. So new round. Ludo's gonna hit the elf. He doesn't hit the elf. Fails. Hits the demon. So it is going to be Godry's go. Godry's going to fire another bow at Ludo. 6 hits him. 5 points of damage. Goes through there. It's 3. So the arrow is sticking out of him. The Beamon is now close enough, and he's going to get a swipe with his claws. Which he misses. He rakes the armor of Ludo and just drags his claws across the leather armor. Ludo's gone. So it's now Roger. Kellon. Kellon's attack.
So I think can I hold my next shot until after the others go? Does it not work that way?
You can hold your shot. Yes, you can hold your shot. So
I want to see what happens next before. So
okay, Severin.
Okay, I'm just going to go for Ludo again, I think.
Yep.
Now, I'm not making this up. I've just been reading the rules. So, also, any of you who've got a weapon that has the precise quality, it says it gives you a +1 to attack rolls, which I assume what that means is it's actually it's 1 less, because obviously in this system you're rolling under your accurate, aren't you? So a +1 is not a benefit, because if you roll a dice and you roll a 14, it takes up to a 15. So I'm assuming what it means is it's actually effectively it's a -1, so you do 1 better. But anyway, all right. So I've got accurate at 15, so I'm just gonna twat him again. Has he moved significantly or not?
No. He's got 2 arrows sticking out.
Okay. Well, there you go. I missed him completely anyway. So that was a 20. So there you go. Missed him.
Ox.
Let's see if I can do any better.
So who are you hitting?
The bear, the Bayman.
Okay.
So even with a +1 penalty, I've still hit. I'm still under my attack. Yep. So, come on, damage. Yes.
Oh.
Nice one.
Oh.
So what did you get?
So
12 in total.
13 in total.
13 in total. Minus 2 is 11.
How do you get to 13? Sorry.
10 plus 2. So how do you get 13?
I've got +1 for a crowned weapon.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you hit him with such aplomb that it shakes him and knocks him sideways. Knocks it sideways, and it reverts back to its elven form. And it's coughing and spitting up blood. You really did knock him for 6.
Hey, our boy's doing good. Does this have any? Does this have any effect on the elves attacking? Seeing him revealed, is he?
So as the pain threshold, if you take damage in a single hit that meets or exceeds this number, the attacker gets a free action against you. So Ox gets another attack.
Yeah.
Or you can knock it prone.
Being a knight, I will put him prone.
Okay, so you knock him on his ass.
Yeah.
Hurt him.
And I'll put 1 foot on his chest and stand over him.
The elf draws another bow, another arrow, in his notches another arrow in its bow, and it's
Which elf? Sorry.
so who's goes again? It's Ludo go next, and then it's the elf. So Ludo is going to
Sorry, it's the other
9.
elf. Which
So
elf is?
so the Beamon was Saru was the other elf, not Godry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another shapeshifter.
So it's the other elf.
Yeah. That's prone. Blue. Ludo brings his axe down and hits the prone elf really hard. No bear skin armor because it's back to human form. So kills him. So Ludo kills the elf that is lying prone on the floor.
Oh, son of a bitch must
and
pay.
stoves its head. Stoves its axe into its head. Next action is Godry. Before we start a new round, Godry is going to fire his bow at.
Can I release
No,
the shots
he
I was
is
holding before the end
going
of the round?
to. Yes, but the Godry's going to leap off the elk and hit Ludo very cinematically with his sword. So as he's mid-flight, as it were, or mid-jump, you can fire your bows. Godry is going to land. He's going to fucking miss. And will miss. But you can get your bowing to Ludo before. So yes.
It's a hit for 4 damage.
Okay.
Can't remember if he was armored.
Yes, he had 2 points of leather arm. You hit him again. He staggers. And this time he turns to you because the elf is standing in front of him and misses. It's turned to you with a look of surprise on his face. Severin.
Right, I'm going to hit Ludo as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll. So accuracy is 15. So, but with the extra 1 from the precise. So let me just. And you said he's got his quickness is. You said it was 3 better, didn't you? So essentially, so essentially I add 3 to my dice roll.
Yeah.
But actually, it's 2 because of the precise. So
Yep.
I'm trying to get under 15.
Yeah.
So just bear with me a sec. I think that's the best way to think of it, isn't it? So if I do,
Yeah.
for crying out loud, I still miss him. So I sort of swipe at him and he sort of evades me. So once I hit him, boys, he's going to know about it.
So it comes back around again. You've obviously twatted the one elf, and Ludo has stoked its head in with his axe. What are you going to do?
If I'm close enough to sort of move towards Ludo,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to punch his lights out.
Okie dokie. Make a punch.
Yeah, I'm hoping that a 4 will do it.
Punching. That's the word I'm going for.
I'm
4.
well under
You've
the
hit him.
attack roll.
Yeah, you've hit him. What's your fist roll damage?
That is a very good question. I actually don't know.
Weapon.
D4, I'd imagine.
Single-handed weapon. Unarmed attack. D4. You can call plus whatever strength bonus you had, I think.
So a D4.
Yeah.
And if my strong is 15 and it says -5, does that convert to a +5?
I'm going to say yes for now. I'm not bothering with all that, but say yes. Let's say yes for now.
So a 3 and 5 makes 8.
So you punch him so hard, you hear a crack as your hand goes in the side of his chest where it was weakened with the arrow.
Ooh.
And he goes
Nice.
and collapses to the floor, blood and bone segments are dripping from your hand, and he just lies there on the floor, dead.
That was for killing an opponent who was already defeated.
Quite right.
Godfrey sheathes his sword and says, "My business here is concluded," and turns and starts walking back to the elk.
That's the best news we've had all night, isn't it?
It's on the elk. Before getting to the elk, he kneels, kisses the top of Samurai head, and gets on the elk and rides off.
I certainly won't stop him.
No, nor me.
So,
Well,
It leaves a
After
bitter
a-
taste in my mouth.
after a small amount of time, you bury the blight. Well, you burn the blight-born creature, so that no animals can eat it and become blight-born. Ludo, you bury, or you start to bury, but it's decided to simply chuck the body on top of the burning pyre that the other creature, that the monster was.
Before we do that, has he got any? What equipment does he have on him?
He
Again,
has
searching to see whether he has anything useful.
a bow, an axe.
Well, we'll take those.
Any arrows?
Yes, he has. He never fired any of his arrows, so he has 12.
So we'll give Roger can take those. I'll take the axe
Mm-hmm.
for now, unless our colleague wants it.
So
that's all I have.
How many of my own arrows can I retrieve, and then I'll take the 12 as well?
You can retrieve all of them because you just fired 2 into the side of his body. Yes, you can retrieve all of them. So you have a full set of arrows again, plus 12.
Cool.
Excellent.
Well, I was very conflicted over this whole encounter.
Yeah.
It is interesting. You hand them over, you don't hand them over, and you spend all that time worrying, and the minute Bellum dies, he turns into the monster.
Yep.
So they'd have dragged him out past the wagons if you'd gone, you have to let him go, whatever, and then slaughtered him in front of you. You'd have gone, oh, it's bad, and then you'd turn into a monster. You go, oh, it's less bad.
Yes.
But you're lucky. The elf is well, the elf's on a suicide mission. He's pretty prepared to sacrifice himself in order to kill the blight-stricken barbarians. So Godfrey knows that, so there's no hard feelings. Ish.
So only one of them turned into that.
But I must say, my friends,
yes,
I now know where my loyalties lie. If we meet this kind of situation again.
Actually, you can hear Thorn behind going, "Oh, okay, I got you. I see where this is going. I see what you did there. All right, with his magical death hand." So, the storm finally dies out. The wind, the strong winds subside. Snowfall ends, and soon the world rests peacefully under a snow-white blanket. It takes 2 more days of struggles to get the caravan to make it across the snow plateau, up to the last path where the passengers get a fantastic view of the landscape that stretches out before them, which is the map. Map is the ship map. So the map is there. So you see, so you're essentially here, and you see the whole of Davakar in front of you.
Yeah.
The huge
so
forest.
is this forest, yeah.
Yep. There's a lake, Ambria, and you came from Albertor. You came from here. Across the mountains, you see this vast forest. Below in the distance lays Yndros, the grand capital of Ambria, towering over a farmland covered with swaying fields and pierced by glittering rivers. Here and there are
Indros. It's called Indros, you said, yeah?
Yeah. Yndros.
Yeah, I've
Yndros.
got a map in front of me.
Okay, Yndros. Here and there are patches of forest burning in yellow and red. The patches become more frequent and grow bigger and bigger. The further the gaze wanders north, and somewhere away, the trees gain mastery over the lowland. Trees that together make out the dark and mythical forest of Davokar. It is probably only your knowledge of its existence that makes you imagine seeing the red flame of Thistlehold at the beacon located at the forest edge. Carvosti, the plateau ruled by witches and barbarians, cannot be seen as it lies deep in the. Why put that in? You cannot see this place.
I can't see it, so why bother mentioning it?
Deep in the woods. The same goes for the haunted ruins of old Symbaroum, and that is likely for the best, since the ruins are said to be monstrously beautiful, almost hypnotic in their overgrown splendour. Augusto interrupts your daydreams with a high-pitched order to mount up. As soon as the cookware has been stowed away, the break is over, and the caravan can resume its journey towards Indus. The wagons sway on bumpy routes, and the animals in front and exhausted travellers holding ropes tied to the wagons behind. Weary faces are gleamed with sweat in the chilling mountains of mountain air. Steamy clouds fume from mouths and muzzles alike. Despite fatigue and cold, the eyes of the travellers shine as brightly as the pinnacles on the Queen's palace. The Promised Land awaits their arrival. That's part one. You've arrived in Ambria.
So, yeah, good map. That's a good map there, Roger. Thank you.
So the next session will start a couple of months later, maybe 3 months later, to give you a gap of time as a small amount of history, a small amount of history in this area. So if we need to refer back to an event that happened in the last few months, you've been to Yndros and gone beyond Yndros towards Thistlehold. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you've got
Yes.
okay.
So Thistlehold is the settlement that's right on the edge of Davokar, isn't it?
Yeah. So you have spent some. So you spend some time in Ambria, getting to know some of the areas a little bit, and you decide you head to Thistlehold because you might want to have an adventure in Davokar itself. So next session will be Thistlehold. Your arrival in Thistlehold.
Cool.
Which I think is somewhere over here.
Yeah, no, Thistlehold is, I want to say there. Or is it in fact that? No, it's that in fact Thistlehold. Clearly got a map. I've got all the books in front of me. There's a map somewhere.
It's about halfway between that dark spot and that big lake. So
yeah.
In fact, where that little dark spot is, I think.
So it says there's a little description here of Thistlehold. It says it's the primary bustling and corrupt border town in Symbaroum, serving as the main gateway for treasure hunters entering the dangerous Davokar forest. Located at the edge of the woods, it is a ruthless high-tax capitalist frontier hub where Mayor Nightpitch exploits adventurers to control exploration. Sounds lovely.
Hive of scum and villainy.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So I'll get a map. If you look at the clearly, I know because
there's a book, isn't there, called Wraith of the Warden, I think, which covers it.
So Wraith of the Warden.
For the whole thing.
Yeah, that's upstairs.
Okay, cool.
So you arrive there next session, but you have defeated. You've passed through the Promised Land. We have passed through the Titans to achieve the Promised Land, and that is part one of the Copper Crown.
Splendid.
Excellent.
The next session is called Mark of the Beast. I will take a photograph of that text, or I'll drag that text out. That what's his name said. Ludo said. That's actually quite important. Is it gone? So he gave you a premise of what he had done, what really happened.
Yes.
So let's try and let's get rid of that power supply. So put it in the group. Take a map. So can you read that? Close enough.
So,
So
did you add
it's
new character sheets into the
yes.
into Roll20?
So I didn't I? I think I
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think I've actually set mine up yet, but I think you did add character sheets.
Yeah. Well, I did notice it at the start of the session and filled it out as much as I could.
So that's the information that he gave you. The pertinent stuff, I guess, has to be names: Gorak, Alahara, Lassifor, Night Pitch. Yeah. I think there's any other names you were given that were important. You killed one elf, the other elf buggered off. Lestra mentioned. What did he mention? She mentioned the Twilight Friars, but that's the monastery on the slopes of the Titans, which you've gone past. Frios, but that's just a guard. I think that's the only names. Yes. So Bartolom starts to follow you, and you lose him in Yndros, and don't see him again. But yeah, so time will pass, and the next session you will arrive in Thistlehold.
And that seems like a good point for me to stop the recording, shall I?
I think so. Yes, yeah. That seems.
Okay. Give me 1 sec, just so that we're. It's a good place. It saves me editing.